Welcome back to Studio One. Now, many women dream of becoming mothers, waiting for the moment to embrace their newborn child. But for some, complications arise and they miscarry, and tragically, it can happen over and over again.
Yeah, now a new procedure developed by a doctor right here in Dubai is offering women with a history of multiple miscarriages a permanent cure. Dr. Hafeez Rahman joins us now to explain how he's giving hope to the women of the UAE and further the world as well at the moment. Doctor, thanks for being with us. It's very kind of you for taking time out of a busy schedule, because you're a doctor who is breaking new ground in so many ways. The doctor's done this particular surgery, this particular procedure, more than any other in the world. It's a procedure that's now been taken up across the globe. Tell us why this particular procedure that you have pretty much pioneered in the region and across the globe is so different to procedures that have gone before.
Yeah, first let me tell why this procedure is done.
Yeah.
This is done basically because there is a weakness of the mouth of the uterus, and the baby can fall out when it reaches the 3rd month or the 4th month of pregnancy.
Yeah.
Initially, this procedure was done through the vagina,
Yeah.
that is from below, which is called the vaginal encerclage. And the problem of that procedure is that it had a lot of failures, since you are blocking the baby at the outer part. You need to block the baby where the baby exits right from the uterus, and that procedure was done by opening up the abdomen.
Yeah.
You have to open the abdomen and put a stitch at the upper part of the uterus, and that was a procedure which was standardly followed.
Very invasive procedure.
It was very invasive,
Yeah.
especially in a patient who is going to carry to 9 months. He has a distended abdomen. You can imagine when she has a scar, and there is a lot of problems with that procedure.
Yeah.
It didn't pick up at all. So now what we started doing is, we started doing the same abdominal procedure through the laproscope.
Right.
Laproscope means it's a keyhole surgery. It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
5 millimeter incision. We could successfully carry out this entire procedure. We could put a tape around the uterus and prevent the babies from falling out of the uterus.
Oh, okay. Now, this laparoscopic surgery is a breakthrough technology for childless couples, and you claim to be a doctor who has performed maximum number of this particular surgery.
Procedure.
How different is this from the other kind of surgeries that have been conducted over the years?
That's exactly what I was telling. The other kind of surgery which was actually successful is an abdominal encerclage, where we opened the abdomen and put the stitch. We are doing it laparoscopically, where you have only a 5 millimeter wound on the abdomen, and it is very safe for the patient to continue the pregnancy further. Not only that, this procedure, what we have seen over a period of time, now it's almost 3 years we have been doing this procedure, and over a period of time we have seen that there is more than 90% success in this procedure.
90%?
Yeah.
I mean, that's unheard of, isn't it?
Which is a very good success rate, and it becomes a permanent procedure. Not only for this present pregnancy, for the next pregnancy also this tape stays there. Next 2 or 3 or 4 pregnancies, this tape stays there.
Now, you have quite a few success stories, and these 2 particular stories stood out because a lady who had 19 miscarriages and another case of a lady who had 13 miscarriages recently delivered a healthy baby boy. Tell us a little more about that. Yeah,
this was a very remarkable case when a patient had come to me with 19 miscarriages after having 3 children. 3 live children. You know, it's such a big trauma for a patient to undergo 19 miscarriages, that also in the 2nd trimester, that is carrying the baby to 4 months of pregnancy, losing that baby, then again going through the same old procedure, carrying the baby to 4 months, like that 19 times. It's like unbelievable to have a lady to go through all the trauma. Now, this patient had this previous procedure which I told, doing the encerclage from the vagina 5 times. It didn't succeed. That's how she came, and she is also a gynecologist. She is a doctor, and we had done the procedure at around 3 months of pregnancy, and it was successful. She carried the baby till 34 weeks. That's almost up to term, and she delivered a good baby.
So many success stories, as you mentioned there. Are there side effects to this particular procedure?
Yeah, there are no side effects, but actually the one drawback for this procedure is the patients who undergo this procedure has to undergo a cesarean section. They cannot have a normal delivery. means a normal vaginal delivery.
So
they have to undergo a
preoperative.
cesarean section. That is the only issue with this
And
procedure.
is this only as well for those who've been suffering recurrent miscarriages?
Exactly.
Or not? It is only for, for those. Okay.
But for patients who are suffering recurrent miscarriage, they don't mind undergoing a cesarean section.
Of course.
They want to have a baby.
Yeah.
That's the most important.
And doctor, would you say that this is a permanent solution?
Yeah, this is a permanent solution for the patient.
You've led the field, of course, with this procedure. I understand you're also training up a number of young doctors with this procedure. How many have you trained now?
See, totally we have trained, we are doing laparoscopic training. Totally we have trained more than 2,000 doctors across the world.
2,000?
2,000 doctors across the world. I've been doing it for the last 20 years. But this particular procedure, we must have trained 4 or 5 doctors only.
Right here in the UAE?
Not here in the UAE, across the globe. I operate in 5 different countries.
Well, Dr. Hafeez, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining us and enlightening us about this breakthrough new technology for childless couples out there. This is definitely great news for a lot of couples out there who are struggling with this issue. For more information,